going to stay behind the pilot.
Backseat pilot.
Trust me. You know, that's the only reason why you have ballistic vests that have a back panel for when you're walking in City Hall with all the knives and everything.
And in the next couple of minutes, could you just focus on, based on your experience, which you've already shared with us, what you see as being the way to get to that impossible solution?
I got this. All right. Federal government got a hold of me and says, hey, help us write a program on getting IED equipment out to the municipalities. It's called the MJ IED SP program. So if you're familiar with the federal government, that sounds like something they'd name it, right? So we go out to large municipalities throughout the country to give them millions of dollars worth of equipment. The only thing is you have to agree to play in the same sandbox and you have to agree to all get along. And you don't think that's a problem. So you have to use your negotiating skills, being a facilitator, and everything else you can to be able to give these guys all this free equipment and training. But first responders, we don't know how to shoot very well, we don't know how to drive very well, we don't know how to fight very well, and we don't know how to talk to people in excitable situations very well. That's how we get killed. Now, when we're responding to a mass casualty situation, the same thing applies. The same rules apply. But how do we reenact that? I've been to that city, and it's a great facility. And you can, you know, they're throughout the United States. And the reason why I went there is because we filmed a scenario in virtual reality for that. So that's good training. The last FBI agent killed in the line of duty fell out of a helicopter during training. So it happens. I testify for police departments and officers who have killed a brother officer in training. Between my partner and I in the Equus group, we've testified over 900 cases, defending cities and defending police officers. So we're very familiar with that. The problem that we're having is that nobody really knows, and nobody really knows where to get the answers. But I think you guys are close enough on adult learning principles and everything else, how best to transfer this knowledge. If any of you have heard of DARPA or the Office of Naval Research, they contacted me and said, hey, you do all this virtual stuff, figure out how we can teach a soldier who's never been deployed before that same gut feeling that this man had after 7 tours. How do you do that? How do you teach gut feelings? How do you teach a rookie? And I put a sergeant on his shoulder and say, hey, did you see that curtain move? Did you hear that dog bark in the backyard? Maybe the bad guys already ran out. How do we do that in a training environment to front load them with all this knowledge instead of just running in? And that's the dilemma that we're facing now, and that's what Eric is going to talk about in the virtual environment, that we can do it. We now, through our research, we've been able to document that it does activate a sympathetic nervous system. You do have the same response as if you were in combat. And we were able to scientifically prove that. So all of these, how am I doing? Okay. All of these situations add up, and your discipline, your approach is one thing that's going to be very, very a good fit. And I told Paula, going back to the insurance companies, that's where the money is. That's where their liability, to reduce their risk, they need to start coming out here and bringing you guys in and say, help these guys. By you helping these guys, you're going to reduce our risk. And you're going to have a better officer and better training. So that's where we are. It's actually unfolding in front of your eyes. I go to them next week in Springfield, Massachusetts, and present much of this same talk to all of the VPs of Argo. So it's a timely discussion, and it's going to be something that I will be bringing all of you guys into. All right, thank you.
Randall, thank you.